I won millions in the lottery and decided not to tell anyone. I asked my family for help as a test. 3 weeks ago, I bought a lottery ticket at the gas station on my way home from work. I always buy one when the jackpot gets big, just for fun. Never expected anything to come of it. Tuesday morning, I'm drinking coffee and checking the numbers on my phone. I had to look at my ticket 5 times before it sank in. All 6 numbers matched, $47 million. After taxes, I'd still walk away with about $28 million. I sat there staring at that ticket for an hour, shaking. My first instinct was to call my brother Mike and tell him everything. We've been close our whole lives, or so I thought. But then I remembered something that happened last month. My sister Lisa needed $200 to fix her car. She called Mike first, and he told her he was broke even though I saw him post pictures of his new golf clubs the same week. She ended up calling me crying, saying she felt like a burden on the family. That's when I got an idea. What if I tested everyone before revealing my win? I wanted to see who really cared about me versus who just saw me as the family ATM. I started small. I called my mom and told her my landlord was raising my rent by $300 and I didn't know how I'd make it work. She sighed and said money was tight for everyone these days. Then she started talking about her cruise plans for next month. Next, I texted Mike saying my car needed a new transmission and the repair would cost $800. He left me on red for 2 days, then finally responded saying he wished he could help but had his own bills to worry about. I called my sister Lisa and told her I was behind on my electric bill and might get my power shut off. She immediately said she'd send me $50, which was probably all she had. She even offered to let me stay at her tiny apartment if I needed to. The real test came when I called my dad. I told him I was having trouble making my student loan payments and asked if he could help with just 1 month. He laughed and said I should have thought about that before dropping out of business school 10 years ago. But then I called my cousin Danny, who I barely talk to anymore. I told him the same story about the student loans. Without hesitation, he said he'd send me $200 and asked if I needed more. He said family looks out for family, no matter what. The results were eye-opening. My parents and Mike, who always acted like they cared so much, couldn't be bothered to help when I supposedly needed it most. But Lisa and Danny, who don't have much money themselves, were ready to give me whatever they could. Yesterday, I called Lisa and Danny and asked them to meet me for dinner. I had something important to tell them. They both showed up worried, probably thinking something was wrong. I pulled out my phone and showed them a screenshot of my bank account. Lisa's jaw dropped. Danny just started laughing and said he knew something was up because I never asked for help. I explained the whole test and told them they were the only ones who passed. Lisa started crying happy tears and Danny kept shaking his head in disbelief. Then I told them the best part. I was giving each of them $500,000, no strings attached. Lisa could finally go back to nursing school like she'd always wanted. Danny could start the food truck business he'd been dreaming about. My parents and Mike still don't know about the money. And honestly, after seeing their true colors, I'm not sure they ever will. Sometimes the people who claim to love you the most are the first ones to abandon you when you need help. But the people who show up for you when you have nothing, those are the ones worth sharing everything with.